Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca. Let's talk about makeup. So it is December 30th. I thought this would be a good time to come on here and do a final check-in on my 24 in 24. So these are the 24 products I hoped to completely finish by the end of 2024. Here we are at the end of 2024. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my intro video, play a few clips from it, and respond to it and let you know how I did. You are almost certainly going to hear a fair amount of background noise through that door. There are 7 people in this house. There is no quiet time. I'm going to move over just a smidge so I can put the original video in here. The first item here is a recent empty. This is my Missha Perfect Cover BB Cream in shade number 23, which is pretty much a spot-on dupe for my skin in the wintertime. So by the time I filmed this intro slash update, I had completely finished this Missha BB Cream. I think it was the first base product that I managed to finish in 2024. Very pleased with it. Status complete. Love this BB cream. I have not repurchased it simply because I have a lot of other products to work on, but I almost certainly will at some point in the future because I think it edges out the Purito BB cream for me just by a little bit. I loved this thing. It was wonderful on its own, wonderful for mixing into other products. You know that I love a little bit of mixology. Really enjoyed this product. Glad I was able to finish it. This is the Sephora Perfection Mist Nude Glow. This is glass skin in a can is what this is. This is another one I was able to complete in the first few months of this project. I don't actually think Sephora makes it anymore. I prefer more of a natural finish now, so even if Sephora was still selling a product like this, I don't think that it would be for me. Along similar lines is the Milani Make It Last Dewy Setting Spray. Obviously, this is another holdover from when I was much more into that look than I am currently. Also complete. This, on the other hand, it was not quite as, the first one, the one from Sephora, was a little bit more of like a spray, a dry oil spray. This one is much more of a traditional dewy setting spray. I don't have any plans to repurchase it anytime in the near future, but I actually did quite enjoy it. So if I ever do find myself going on another dewy skin kick and I am in the market for a dewy setting spray, this is maybe something that I will look into again. I also finished this one. This is the NYX Fill and Fluff in the shade Black. This is one of those triangular pencils. I go on to rant a little bit about this Fill and Fluff. It is just not for me. It is more of a pomade in a pencil than it is the kind of more waxy, firm pencil that I prefer. I really prefer the micro pencils to these ones. If you are looking for a pomade and a pencil though, if you are really into that ombre brow thing, I know some people are still fully on board that train and I support you. I actually really enjoy that look. The Fill and Fluff might be up your alley. For myself, I didn't love it, but we got it done. This is my Rimmel Exaggerate Waterproof Eye Definer. It is one half of a product that I am intending to finish by the end of the year. The other one is a NYX retractable pencil in the shade Brown. So very much along these same lines, but there was so little left in this one that I wanted to consider both of those products a single product. So I'm halfway there. So because I had so little product left in both of these eyeliners, I counted both of them as a single product, and I can only give myself half a point for it because I still have the NYX one. So we have about this much product left, which is not a ton, but I just did not find myself using a lot of pencil eyeliners this year, so I was not able to get through this one. And this is my IT Cosmetics CC Cream in the shade Light. This is my second tube of it. I've had it around for a while. This is something I was able to finish completely. I completed it in May. I did enjoy it. It is a good product. This is the second tube that I have completed, but I don't believe it will be a repurchase. I really feel like the Missha or Purito BB creams, they both serve the same purpose for me, but I feel like they do it better for less money, and I really can't argue with that. So while I did enjoy the IT CC Cream, it will not be a repurchase. This is my L'Oreal Magic Lumi Light Infusing Primer. This was a primer along the lines of the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. I actually finished the Magic Lumi before I finished the IT Cosmetics. I completed it in April. As far as glowy primers go, I think that was something I used to enjoy a lot more than I do now. So I don't know if L'Oreal still makes that particular primer, but if they did, it is not something that I would repurchase. I do really enjoy the e.l.f. Halo Glow products, but I use those more as like sheer coverage base products than I do as like a glowy primer, you know, Becca Backlight Priming Filter sort of situation. So I was able to complete it, will not repurchase. Here's one that I really love that I feel like I'm very close to finishing, and it's both happy and sad for me. And that is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder in the shade Universal. Okay, this is my favorite primer of all time. I did end up finishing it in May, and I have managed to hold off on repurchasing it because I have been working on another mattifying primer. This Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder in the shade Universal. It is my favorite primer for my combo oily skin. In the summertime, it is an absolute lifesaver. That one paired with my Honest Beauty Blurring Powder and the Gerard Slay All Day Setting Spray, even in the middle of the summer when my oil production is wild, those three products really come through for me. So I'm still working on another mattifying primer. I'm not sure if I will finish that before next summer, simply because I don't have a lot of use for a mattifying primer during the colder months. I don't get nearly as oily. However, once I do finish that other primer, which I believe is in this project as well, once I finish it, spoiler, I haven't finished it yet, but once I do finish it, I will absolutely 100% be repurchasing the Blurring Balm from Danessa Myricks. So the other half of that combo that I've really enjoyed is this. This is the Honest Beauty Invisible Blurring Loose Powder. I actually managed to finish this one as well. I don't remember the last time that I finished a loose powder. It has been a while, but I was able to finish this up in September. I love this powder. It is quite possibly the most mattifying powder that I have ever encountered. And for my combo oily skin, especially in the warmer months, when I powder my skin, everything looks nice and matte. That lasts 15, 20 minutes, then it looks like I've done nothing. That is most powders, but this Honest powder keeps me matte for longer than any other powder I have ever used, but it is still incredibly lightweight, finely milled. It does not look heavy or cakey on the skin. It is very blurring and perfecting. I adore this powder. Now, I have another powder that I'm working on. I'm trying to work through my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores, which is similar but not quite as good as the Honest, in my opinion. And I want to hold off on purchasing another one of the Honest Beauty until I finish the IT Cosmetics. But once I do, I will be running to replace this Honest Beauty powder. Love it so much. This is my Purito BB cream. This is the Snail Clearing BB cream. I have the shade 27 Sand Beige, which is a better depth for me in the summertime, and I have the 23 Natural Beige, which is pretty spot on for me during the winter. The rest of the time I kind of mix the two. I had 2 tubes of it, but I was counting both of the tubes as a single product because I didn't have a ton left in either tube, and I was able to complete both of those. I finished them up in September. Really proud of myself. They were pretty old in my collection. It was really time to move them out. Now, I love this BB cream, love it. However, I don't know that it will be a repurchase simply because I think I like the Missha BB cream just a hair more. So I have a lot of base products right now that I'm currently working on that I would like to get all the way through. But once I do feel like I'm in a place where I can use another BB cream in my collection, I will probably be repurchasing the Missha rather than the Purito. Here's another primer that I am trying to use up. This is the Milani Soft Focus Glow. This is not terribly old in my collection, but I do want to get it out simply because it has limited usefulness to me. Finished it. Status complete. I actually ended up finishing this as a body illuminator, and I actually ended up really enjoying it for that purpose. But yeah, the next one is a little deluxe size of the Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury. All right, this was a mini and I did not complete it, but I can explain. A couple months after I filmed this video, I actually ended up decluttering it to a friend, not necessarily because I didn't like it. I actually did quite like it. I think I like the Halo Glow better, but I still really did enjoy the Charlotte Tilbury. I don't think it's something I wouldn't shell out for a full size of it simply because I enjoy the Halo Glow so much, but I gifted it to my friend because I just genuinely thought that she would really enjoy it. And so no, I cannot count this one as complete, but it has left my collection. Here are 2 more primers that I would like to finish by the end of the year. We're being ambitious. The first is, this is the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer. This is their gripping primer that's very similar to the Milk Hydro Grip or the Cover FX gripping primer. So I was able to finish the Hard Candy Hydrating Gripping Primer. I really actually enjoyed that one. That is a decent gripping primer from the drugstore. I know that there are plenty of other like Milk Makeup / Cover FX gripping primer dupes, but that is a good one if Hard Candy is accessible to you. I think it cost me $5. Very reasonable reasonable price, and it performed very well. And this is the Rimmel Stay Matte Mattifying Makeup Primer. This is a really, really good mattifying primer. This is my second tube of this. Unfortunately, I was not able to complete the Rimmel. I have this much left. We almost made it. We almost made it. But as a lot of you know, I became very ill toward the end of the summer. I'm still not 100%, but for the last couple of the warm months, which is really when I would need a product like this, this is the product I was attempting to finish before repurchasing the Danessa Myricks. This is definitely something that I am more in need of during the summertime, and during the last couple of months of the summer, I just was not wearing any makeup at all. So we weren't able to quite make it through. I really do enjoy this. I don't find it quite as effective as the Danessa Myricks. However, it is significantly less expensive than the Danessa Myricks. So if you don't need something that's quite as heavy duty as the Danessa Myricks primer, or if that's just not in your budget, this is an absolutely fabulous alternative from the drugstore. I have a couple of blushes that I'm hoping to get through. One of them you've already seen if you have followed my ColourPan project pan. This is one I am working on for that project. This is my ColourPop Drop of a Hat Super Shock blush. Okay, spoiler alert. I actually have not yet filmed the finale for my ColourPan project pan. I have not had a ton of energy for filming this last month, but I do intend to, it's gonna be super late. It's gonna be super late, but I do intend to close that loop for you guys. Spoiler for that one. We didn't quite get there. We almost finished her. She's almost done. Oh my goodness. I need to go around and scrape the corners again and smush it all into the center so that it's a little bit easier to apply. This is the most beautiful peachy pink golden. Look at that. It has a beautiful glow. I adore this blush. We weren't able to quite finish it, but I enjoy it so much. I'm not terribly sad that it's still hanging around in my collection. I haven't yet added up how many times that I have used this blush, but it's a lot. I have been working so hard on this blush, almost exclusively, not exclusively, but almost exclusively on this blush all year, and I'm still not tired of it. I love this blush so much. For that reason alone, once I do finish it, I don't need any more blush. But once I do finish this, I will probably be repurchasing it from ColourPop. Love this blush. Didn't quite get it finished, but I'm not too heartbroken about it. The second blush I would like to get through is this is not a Rare Beauty blush. This is a ripoff of a Rare Beauty blush that I bought off of Amazon for about $6, I think. This is the Dan Visit blush in Cool Pink. I think it's number 2 Cool Pink. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking rolling multiple blushes into this project. Who did I think I was? I did not finish this. I didn't get anywhere close to finishing it. To be perfectly honest, I think that I used this maybe 3 or 4 times this year. I didn't have the bandwidth for it. I was so busy working on this one. Also worked on a few other blushes in other projects, and I never even got to it. So this is almost in the exact same state that it was at the beginning of the year. Complete, total fail. Next, I have another product that I really, really love, but I need to finish it. This is my Milani Silky Matte Bronzer in the shade 02 Sunkissed. Y'all, I finished it. I finished it in August. I was able to completely pan this bronzer. I don't remember the last time I used, I don't know, I think this might actually be the first time I've ever used every last bit of a bronzer, because in the past I would get to the point where it would be so thin in the pan that it would start to crumble, and I just couldn't be bothered to repress, and so I would just toss it and move on to a new product. But I actually finished every last bit of this product, and it felt so good. The Milani Silky Matte Bronzer in the shade 02 is probably my favorite bronzer. I have missed it since it's been gone, but I do have some other bronzers that I also really enjoy and would like to make more progress on before I permit myself to repurchase the Silky Matte. Love this bronzer though. It has a hint of rosiness in it that I feel is just so flattering on my skin tone. It is smooth and even and buildable. Really, really love this bronzer, and I am so proud of completely finishing it. Next, I have a concealer that I have been working on this consistently for over a year now, and she's still going strong. This is a beautiful concealer. It is as of now, my favorite concealer that I have ever used. This is the Huda Beauty Full Filter Concealer. It is in the shade 2.7N Coconut Flakes. Okay, listen, I finished this today. I finished it today. Today was, I actually went in there with a spatula. I got as much product out as I could. I finished it today with 1 day left to spare in the year, but I made it. This is an empty, I told you guys, last time I mentioned this, I told you guys that I had purchased this in November of last year, but I actually misread the date in my book. I try to keep track of when I purchased something, how much it cost me, and when I finish it. And I actually picked this up in November of 2022. So, and I used it pretty consistently since purchasing it. Now, during the summertime, my skin is a little too deep for this shade, 2.7N. So I switched over to my Haus Labs, which is a better match for my summer skin tone. So during the summer, I was not using this as consistently, but 2 years, I got over 2 years out of this tube of concealer. I think that's pretty fantastic. Now, if you have seen my inventory video for my concealers, you know that I have no need of another concealer. I actually just picked up the Natasha Denona High Glam. I have not yet busted into that one. I think now that this one is complete, I might allow myself to do that. I might allow myself to open up either the Natasha Denona High Glam or the Pat McGrath Sublime Perfection Concealer, because I have both of those still in the box waiting for me to finish this so I could crack them open. So I am so proud of being able to completely finish this concealer. It took me quite a while, but yeah, we got it done with 1 day to spare. A few lip products here. I have got 2 lip glosses. These are from ColourPop. I've had this one perpetually in my lip service project, and I just rolled this one into my lip service project as well. This is Champagne Mommy. I have been working on this one pretty consistently since February, and I have some progress pictures for that one as well. And then this one is in Flying Horses. I just recently rolled this into my lip service project, but finished them both. Was able to finish both of these lip glosses. Let's see, I can't remember when I finished them, but I don't think it took me too much longer to finish those lip glosses. Champagne Mommy I finished in May, and for whatever reason, I don't have it written down when I finished Flying Horses, but I completed both of them. Also, in September, I managed to complete this one. I also have a lipstick that I am working on. This is my MAC Viva Glam 6. This is my favorite lipstick in all of creation. So yeah, she was finished as of September. I still have the bullet around here somewhere. There's a little bit of product still left in the plastic part of it. So as soon as we got down to the plastic, because it was kind of panning, it was kind of a factor of age. I called it empty once we got down all the way even to the flush to the plastic. There is still a little product left inside. And because Viva Glam 6 is my favorite lipstick and it is no longer being made, I'm keeping that last little bit of product that's inside the bullet to see if I can find a dupe. So wish me luck on that one. I'm super happy I was able to complete the lipstick this year. I was terrified that this one was going to go bad in my collection, and having my favorite lipstick go bad in my collection, the shame of it, I would never cover. So I'm really glad we got this one done. I am also trying to finish my Jordana Easy Liner for Lips in Coco Loco. Finished that one too. I was able to finish the Jordana lip liner in Coco Loco a little bit later that same month in April. I am glad I was able to finish it up. It's a Jordana product. Jordana hasn't been a thing for a while. So this one really needed to go, and I'm glad I was able to finish it. Then I have 2 eyeliners to show you and a brow product. And this eyeliner is my Physicians Formula Eye Booster in the shade Black. I also was able to complete this one. The Physicians Formula Eye Booster lasts frickin' forever, okay? If you are not the sort of person that tosses your liquid liners every 3 months regularly, and I admit that I'm not. I probably should be. But I tend, if it's still giving me product and the tip is still in good shape, I usually hang on to them probably a little bit longer than I should. But those eye boosters last frickin' forever. I have another one that I'm working through, and I think I'm gonna have to call that one before I run out of product, because at this point I need to stop putting it on my eyes. You know what I'm saying? So it is, I guess it is a little bit unsatisfying when you can't completely finish all of the product by the time it really needs to leave your collection, because it almost feels like you can never actually finish it. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to things like mascaras and liners, sometimes they just have to go. This one had started to dry up a little bit, but it took me much longer than I really should have devoted to it in order to complete it. But we got it done. Second eyeliner is this little nubbin here. How cute is she? Okay, this is my Rimmel Scandalize. I think this is Scandalize, right? It's not an Exaggerate. Yeah, Scandalize. The Exaggerate is the retractable one, I believe. This is a Scandalize pencil in the shade black. Okay, this one was another complete fail. I hardly reached for my pencil liners this entire year, and that tiny little bit of Rimmel eyeliner, I think I used it maybe once or twice. Total fail. There was so little left of that thing too. Same, this is the same with my NYX. I mean, there was so little product left, but no, I did not make it. Total fail. Last, I believe this is the last thing. This is my Milk Kush Fiber Brow Gel. I got it in a BoxyCharm some time ago. And this is in the shade Cypher, which is their black shade. So the brow gel, I did finish this one this month. I was still getting a little bit of product out of it, but I'm not surprised about that. Brow gels for me are like mascaras. I never really empty them. They just either dry out or they age out of my collection. This one pretty much was both. So about the middle of December, I decided to consider this one complete. I did get a fair amount of use out of it this year, so I'm glad I rolled it into this project and was able to do that. And that is all 24 of the products that I was working on this year as part of my 24 in 24. So the final count is that I was able to complete 18 and a half products out of the 24. So that half product was, I had the two brown eyeliners that were rolled in together as the same product, and I only finished one. So I'm giving myself half a point for that one, which leaves me with 5.5 products. 4.5 if we're not counting the Charlotte Tilbury, which left my collection because it now belongs to a friend. So that makes 4.5 that have gone back into my collection that need to be used up at some point next year. I don't believe any of these are products that I will be rolling into my 25 in 25, but I haven't completely finalized that list just yet. As soon as I do, I will come on here and I will let you know what my goals are. But 18 out of 24, I feel like that is not bad, especially because I am someone that struggles to fully complete products. And this being my first year of panning, I'm pretty proud of myself for that. In any case, that is it for my 24 and 24. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.